this is all that I can do. And I don't know what else to do, but I got to do something. It's so hard to it's so hard to find the right way to channel this, but I got to, right? My options are to sit on my hands and be as straightforward looking, thinking, acting as I can be and pretend, especially around anyone who doesn't get it because it doesn't affect them. Pretend that this doesn't affect me. But it does. And not just from a distance. It does. Not just from a distance. I had a job interview January 2001. 2001 was rough in the city. There's a lot of jobs being lost, and I was freelancing, and suddenly all my jobs were drying up after years of just being great. Come out of the job interview, I'm wearing a suit. It's 11:21 or 41. I remember because I checked my watch when I came out of the office from the interview, which was like at 10 o'clock, where I had to be at the office at 10 o'clock. I'm walking down 41st Street between Broadway and 6th Avenue, right near Times Square. And a guy grabbed me. A guy looped his arm under my arm. Taller guy, stockier guy. He grabbed me. And before I could react, like in this direction, because he grabbed my right arm, the guy grabbed my left arm. And they literally had enough strength and height over me, I'm not that tall, that they lifted me and started like walking, like running, walking with me, power walking with me. Where I'm from, that's it. You're about to get jumped. You're brawling. You have one responsibility to yourself, which is to take care of yourself and fight whoever these people are so that you can survive this moment. I realized they were cops. They told me don't struggle. They radioed, they said don't struggle. I was already struggling. I struggled until I saw those shiny shoes, and then I realized, oh my God, I was seconds away from hitting these guys. And I don't know if I would have hit them hard. I don't know if it would have been an effective hit. They were holding my arms, but I was gonna fight for my life. What would that have been? These guys basically carried me down the block, put me up against a wall, crossed the street with me, because at this point I know they're cops, so I'm just limp and terrified. Not so much about what's gonna happen next, but what I believe could have happened. You're talking into radios, 2 more cops show up. They asked me about cocaine or crack. What did they ask me about, cocaine or crack? It was crack. It's like, do you have any crack on you? It's like, no. It's like, do you give us permission to search you? I was like, yes, search me for crack. I have never had crack in my life. The radio, did you say a black coat? It looked like a black coat. I hear squawking over the radio. People are walking by. Sir, we're sorry. This was misunderstanding. Blah, blah, blah. The whole time that this was happening, I was complying. Like I said, I was scared, I'm not gonna lie. I was stammering, my voice was all like that. One of the cops started making fun of me stammering. He started doing like a little Porky Pig impression. That's nice. It only happens to communities of color to this extent, to this extreme. But once you're in that community of color, it doesn't really happen to a particular guy. Amadou Diallo was an African immigrant, had been here maybe 3 years, never committed a crime. Timothy Stansbury was a high school student. He actually worked in McDonald's, in the neighborhood, because he was trying to have a little money for himself. Patrick Dorsman was a security guard. Sean Bell, I believe he wanted to play ball, and he might have been a coach baseball. He was about to get married. These people don't have anything in common except that they're black men. I'm an art director, an artist. But that day I was a black man, nothing else. And, thankfully I'm not a dead black man. We shouldn't have to accept this. When you decide as a judge that there's nothing wrong, not even poor policing, not even bad aim, not even overzealousness, not even a disregard for human life, not even weapons that, when there's nothing wrong, you're telling us that we have to accept this. And there's got to be something that we could do to express that this is wrong without making ourselves look bad and without being ignored. So that's why I'm doing this. I mean, I can't believe I'm doing this. I already went out and did this. I went out that night, that day, after the Diallo verdict was released. And I went and saw for myself this little box, this little area. It was like 4 feet by 9 feet, 4 feet by 5 feet. This little space that this man was standing in when he was shot at 41 times, 19 of which hit him. Several of the bullets entered through the soles of his feet. And I don't care where you are right now, unless you're in bed or on the couch, the soles of your feet are on the ground. They're flat against the ground. So for bullets to go through the soles of his feet, that meant he was on his back. And they were still shooting at him. So I guess we just have to, all reject this as being regular. If it's never happened to you, if for whatever statistical reasons it's not likely to happen to you, decide whether you care about human life or not, and whether or not you think this should continue.